Mom, there's something wrong with John. I don't know. He's acting very strangely, and he's acting like he's happy. I know, Mom. I know he should be happy, but he's acting like he likes everything. I know. Yeah. Like, simple things in life, like my chiffon curtains, which he fought me over because he wanted to put up the National Football League curtains with these silly little football helmets on them representing all 62 teams or whatever. I don't know. No, he hasn't become an interior decorator. But he's with a man who might be. I don't know. He met him at the park and they baked a cake and they spread chocolate frosting all over each other and then they had a slow, comfortable screw with John's spatula.
Look, I even wrote this stupid letter begging me of my sins and for forgiveness. But from who? Who's going to read it? Who cares about me? Yeah, Charles, I'm afraid of all that. I'm terrified of dying. It means that I have to take stock in my life. I'm afraid of killing myself.
You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to kill yourself.
I don't?
No, you don't. I've done it for you. The bourbon, it's poisoned. You'll be dead in a few hours.
Charles, how could you?
It was simple. A no-brainer, really. I mean, while you were out there finding yourself, chasing ponies, running from demons, I was patiently biding my time.
Patiently biding your time?
Yes. Patience is a virtue, Minerva.
Oh, God.
I bet you never took me for the virtuous type.
You're a monster, Charles.
Yes, and a real one. Not one of your torturous creations. I am a real live monster.
But getting back to my point about temptation, I mean, don't you think it's too easy to say out of sight, out of mind?
I don't follow.
Well, alcohol is a chemical. A chemical is a substance. And the substance is only a problem if you abuse it. So the real problem is willpower, strengthening the will, so you could face anything, do anything, without any fear and without any regret. Resist your greatest temptations, achieve your highest aspirations. I keep liquor around to constantly test my will.
So you're like one of those wise women, aren't you? I'm sorry, I keep on making Indian,
Innuendos.
yes.
It's okay. Calling us Indians was the least of Columbus's crimes. But if you live long enough and think long enough, in time, you learn wisdom. Because to my people and many others, liquor is poison. Cheers.
Cheers.
My name is Adam.
My name is
And I'm looking for someone to share my life with and never, ever, never, never, ever leave. And I hope that she's beautiful.
And I hope that he's kind.
And I hope that I can make you laugh. And when I'm sad, you can make me smile. And it isn't only all about original sin. It isn't only all about original sin. No, it isn't only all about original sin. Tell me.
I'm trying to take care of things for you.
Like Tanya.
I don't go to your house to hang out with your wife.
It seems like it.
I go to your house to hang out with you.
I'm not there.
I know that. It's not like I could just waltz in here anytime I like. I gotta schedule a visit 3 weeks in advance. And they canceled on me twice already because you...
What?
You weren't ready. I don't miss anything about the war, Tori. About our time over there. What I miss is you.
I'm trying.
Try harder. It's been 4 years since we've got out. 4 years ago, you were the normal one. You got married. You bought a house. You had a real job. Everything was fine. What happened?
I don't know. It was like one day, an IED went off inside my head. Right in here. Boom. It still does almost every day. Boom, boom, boom. There's so much going on in here. I don't tell them.
Who?
The other patients, the counselors. I don't tell them what I hear, what I know, the stories, the things I've done, the things you and I have done. I don't tell them. They wouldn't understand.
Everyone does it over there. It's a different culture, one that I want to be a part of. Not like here, where everyone's just out for themselves. I just want to be part of a community.
Yeah, well, if you want to go live with them, that's great. No problem. But just remember one thing. It's our money you're messing with, not theirs.
You know my daddy and sister. They're so honest.
I worked 9 to 5 for 30 years, and you want to pass it all along to someone I don't even know.
She's not even keeping the interest. She's giving me back everything. She knows that I need help, and she wants me to buy the house so we can see each other all the time. Look, we've known each other since we were kids. We went to the same schools together. She's always been my best friend, and we've stayed in touch all this time.
And I've never heard of her before.
So what? There's a lot I haven't told you.
Look, you have no proof or record that it's our money. People change when there's a lot of money involved. Look, they might be very honest, but what if something happens to her? You have no proof or legal recourse. Legally, it's her money.
Lander, would you mind if I asked Jack to do a thing or two for me?
Sorry, say what?
My God, I'm starting to feel aroused.
What?
I want your honeydew.
You can't have him.
Why not?
My God, you're not serious.
Dead.
Dr. Shapiro, we're in the middle of therapy. I just opened up to you my honeydew addiction, my obsession with Jack. What's the matter with you, Dr. Shapiro?
I'll tell you what's the matter with me, Lander. Raccoons in the attic, a crack in the floor, a burner that's asthmatic, a draft under the front door, the staircase creaks, the toaster toasts everything twice, the upstairs faucet leaks, I can't get the ice maker to make ice, I need a honeydew to make me right.
What's in my head, Doctor?
The 55-inch Samsung keeps falling off the wall. The bookcases from IKEA are in pieces in the hall. Help me, Jack, I'm mired, in assembly required. I need a honeydew to make me right.
Raccoons in the attic.
A crack in the floor.
A burner that's asthmatic.
A draft under the front door.
The staircase creaks.
The toaster toasts everything twice. The upstairs faucet leaks. I can't get the ice maker to make ice. I need a honeydew to make me right. The 55-inch Samsung keeps falling off the wall. The bookcases from IKEA are in pieces in the hall. Help me, Jack, I'm mired, in assembly required. I need a honeydew to make me right.
Help! You don't covet another man's honeydew!
Ha ha!
Welcome to my walk-in closet, a repository for 3 kinds of clothes. One, the clothes that are too tight but may fit after a month of eating parsley. And 2, clothes that only don't fit after eating Chinese food. And 3, over-the-top tight clothes because I wore them in high school and they remind me of Joey Ramone and I'm never giving them up. Oh, and I have a collection. Oh, look. Look how small. Oh, and I have a collection of accessories, shoes and scarves and hats. I love accessories because they always fit. Except sometimes. What was I thinking?
All right, let me get this straight. You hate lima beans.
That does not make me a bad person.
Oh, no. I just never met anyone who was so passionate about a vegetable before.
If I were you, I'd think I'd move on, John.
Good point. Okay, you love the Detroit Tigers. You vote Republican. You've never been married. You milked it.
Hold on. Who said anything about not being married?
You did, didn't you?
Never, actually. Let me guess. That's your subtle way of finding out if I am presently married. Not presently. Are you? Are you sad about that?
Not in the least. I mean, Candy and I, we had a
Oh,
very...
You actually married someone named Candy?
Yes.
How did you meet?
Well, she was holding up the cards in between rounds of a championship fight in Vegas.
Are you serious?
She was unbelievable looking. Got her looks from her father. He was a plastic surgeon.
Your husband, this Moshe.
His name was Yoshef. Also, everyone called him Yoshka.
What did he do?
He was a teacher.
Not the mayor.
He was also the mayor during the war.
So much like mother's. A wedding gift from Uncle Moritz. Gone, along with everything else when we went into hiding. Lovely silver.
So, even a communist appreciates beauty.
What a foolish remark, such a little you know.
Instruct me if you're so smart.
Oh, stop it this instant. You're making matters worse.
Actually, she can't. There is an obligation.
Obligation?
Yes, an obligation. My mother had silver like this. Who knows where it is now? Your husband saved my family from the Nazis. He hid us in a hut in the forest, brought us food and clothes. We never saw him again after the Russians came.
What kind of time frame are you looking at? I could place you this afternoon if you're willing to be flexible.
Well, I was hoping to take a little time. and be in the right place and rather than rush.
Let's take a look at your history. Aha, okay, I see. You don't seem to have very much variety here. Are you looking to try new things, or do you want to stay with the things you've done in the past?
Well, I was hoping you'd guide me a little on that.
Oh, certainly. I always recommend going for the new, because contrary to the rumors, there are no judgments in this department.
Remember that Walker you had as a baby?
I remember seeing pictures of me in it.
Whenever you came up to a rug or a corner, you would pick up the front, lean back, pop that thing over, continue scooting around the entire house.
I really did that?
Yeah. I shouldn't have been surprised, though, considering how you would launch yourself head first in and out of your crib. Damn near scared the bejesus out of me the first time I saw you do it.
How does this relate to getting married?
Zoe, ever since the beginning, I've always known you to leap head first into whatever it was that moved you. This man today, he moves you, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I love him, if that's what you're asking.
Then nothing that anybody says should ever stop you. I had to find that out the hard way when you were little. So finally I just had to realize that all I ever simply needed to do was let you go.
Do you think people have time for games that last hours and then to end in a draw? If you take the clocks away, chess will be reserved for the bourgeoisie.
The bourgeoisie?
The Gilded Age is over, old man.
I suppose you're a...
progressive, thank you very much. And for progress,
No, for progress, yes, you think that you need to disrespect history, to trample on the past. Change! That's all McKinley spoke about in his election campaign. Change!
Not just change, Victor. You need speed. I like that. The need for speed. Think anybody was coined that phrase?
I don't think anybody slowed down long enough.
You're so 19th century, Victor.
But it is the 19th century, Harry.
For not much longer, old man. 2 more years and then a new century. The 1800s might just as well be over now. The 20th century. I like the sound of that.
I'll have to order new checks.